On an Oda action, a huge event, basically, battle, whatever you want to call it. Um, uh, the Niwa Nagahide and Shibata Katsui attacked the the Takeda in order to try at the castle in order to try to relieve the siege on Oda. And right at the beginning of the battle, uh, Takeda was able to play a betrayal on Katsui, and they're only able to do this because they had a former betrayed leader who had diplomacy skill. Um, so he and all his forces committed to the battle immediately switched sides, and the battle ended up being a complete rout. First round, pretty much total defeat for Oda. Oda and all the leaders that are left, Tokugawa and and the Niwa leader, are all out for a couple of turns. That means if this last castle falls, and it's empty right now, the Oda clan falls. So the Mori went next and made a quick move up to besiege Mount Hide. And then the end of the turn came. And I noticed that I should have noticed this before, but the Tokugawa clan just fell with that defeat of the Oda. So right now, we're building even more Takeda forces than we were before. I definitely think I'm going to try to come up with some kind of way of playing out what looks like it's going to be a three-player battle afterwards. Just some ad hoc rules, whatever. All right. Okay. I don't know if you can see me or not, whatever. I'm coming up with some ideas for how to handle the situation as it stands right now. Some rules at this point so that I can break this into either a 3 or 4 player game, depending on when it happens. Okay. First one is, at any point, any player of the 3 major anti-Oda factions, this is not at all based on their multiplayer games. Any player can decide they want to break the anti-Oda faction. If they do so, they're immediately now at war with the Iko-Iki and the anti-Oda faction. And that faction does remain at war with Oda. They get apportioned between the other 2 players, and randomly. Everyone becomes at war with each other as a major faction if this happens. Anybody can do whatever they like. They can make negotiations and agreements, etc. But they can't trade cards. They can't do anything along those lines. They can't change the rules in any way. So that can happen before Oda falls. And if that does happen before Oda falls, then Oda is still a player in the game and could still conceivably win by conquering the whole map. That's what everybody's goal is going to be. Conquer the whole map. I'm not sure how the miners, the Iko-Iki and the anti-Oda miners will fit into that. They will have to be attacked at some point or another, I think. And, well, we'll see what happens. This set of rules is only in place because the Shogun's gone. I'd have to come up with something else if the Shogun were in play. Like whoever controls Kyoto. Well, I mean, he'd be an anti-Oda miner. But whoever controls Kyoto at the time could declare themselves the Shogun. But I'm not sure quite how that works. Now, if the Oda faction falls at any point, because it's probably not one person doing the job, I'm going to have to apportion its territories and its units based on how many castles you hold. And right now, they only have 2 home castles. They could have 3. It could be apportioned between those three, depending on who holds them at the point the clan falls. Other clans would work the same kind of way, although obviously a withdrawal is a different kind of situation because you don't actually get the troops. Okay, now, what if Oda falls? Then we apportion it the way I just described, and the player who holds Kyoto has a minor victory. They immediately get the option to try to push that to a major victory and declare themselves shogun. If they do so, both the anti-Oda miners go against them. Otherwise, the other two players have the option to accept. If they refuse, if only one of them refuses, yeah, I'm not sure how to apportion the miners in this case. The minor victory, yeah, the minor victory. The miners are going to support the shogunate, the new shogunate, who's not the clan that just imposed it. So, if either side or both sides refuse to accept a minor victory by whichever clan is holding Kyoto, then they are opposed by the miners. And if one side accepts it, they have the option of whether or not to, like, I don't know, join in with the new regime or just sit back and watch. Either option is acceptable. I don't know where to go after that exactly. We'll see. Just some thoughts and where I'm going.